game tonight. Played fairly well and shared the basketball, had 23 assists, so anytime you do that, happy with our offense.
How would you compare your team's performance tonight to the opener?
Pretty similar. I thought we tried to defend until the last 4 minutes, where we gave them outscored by 9 points last 4 minutes. I know the game was over from a scoreboard standpoint, but we like to finish strong, so that was probably the only disappointing part. We just let up a little bit. But I thought we gave great effort, had 10 more steals, and 3 guys that had 4 steals each the first game all had 3 tonight. So Cario, Boopy, and BJ have continued to do a good job of getting deflections, stealing the ball.
What is it about Boopy about his individual defense, what he can do there, as well as what he does for the team as a whole?
Well, Boopy is smaller in stature, and when you're on the basketball court and you're his size, you have to play fast, and you have to make it uncomfortable for the other team to bring the ball up the court or in the half court. And keep your body in front and try to break up what they're trying to do on offense. And he did a good job tonight. I thought he had a few foul calls. We put them on a foul line a little too much, but he really played hard defensively.
When the talent difference is what it's been in the first 2 games, is it difficult to evaluate what your guys show you?
No. We want them to play hard, play the right way, be in the right spots defensively, and then offense, share the ball and be in the right spots offensively. So it's not hard to evaluate. You have to still go out and perform, and we still have a few guys out, so we'll have a full roster hopefully very soon.
Andy, you mentioned on Monday about BJ and his hard work creating confidence and leading to a season that he could have. But what was your message to him when you got here? And what did you see in his game that you felt like he could get here by doing whatever? And has it come to fruition at least through these first 2 games?
Well, he's a very talented player. He worked very hard on his shooting, his decision making, his defense, and he affects the game in a variety of ways. Like he had 3 steals tonight. I think he had 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Fills the stat sheet up. So he knows how to affect winning without scoring the ball. And now he's a confident scorer because he knows he can shoot the ball from the 3 and also put the ball on the floor. He made some really nice moves tonight.
Did you feel like with him that if, playing, because you can play to your size because he's 6'3", and he offers that length there, is there something that a player has to do to understand how to play to that length and understand how they can affect the game on both ends of the floor at 6'3"?
Yeah, it reminds me of a player we had at USC, D'Anthony Melton, who plays in the NBA. He's been in the NBA 6 years, and he was 6'3" with shoes and had long arms like BJ. He just rebounded, he stole the ball, led us in steals, he led us, I think, he was second rebounding on the team, and just affected the game in a variety of ways like BJ does. And so it's very valuable to have a guy like that on your team. And BJ has become a much better offensive player through his hard work this offseason.
Johan's ability to not only produce just in many ways, but in particular at the free throw line for a big guy, is that extra impressive when you can see that type of a production?
He went 10 for 12 tonight. He has very good shooting touch. We feel confident when he gets to the foul line. Let him shoot open threes because he's worked at it. He's pretty good at it. And he's come a long way. Had a good game tonight.
First 2 games, being able to see and evaluate your guys, what is kind of the early identity maybe that you're starting to see emerge?
Well, I think through our preseason we understand that if we don't play hard defensively, we're not very good. And we have to be active. We have to be disruptive. You asked about Boopy. Our guards have to be disruptive. Our big guys have to protect the rim. We have to be very sharp in our rotations. We have to give early help, and then have some toughness to us. And when we do that, I think we can be an outstanding team. But if we don't, we're not very good.
You talked about kind of it was early on, everyone's still learning each other. What are you seeing out on the court from the guys in terms of their decision making, their how they're bouncing off of each other?
Well, we're really impressed with their ball movement and their unselfish. We had a few possessions tonight. I think one in the second half that I can remember. It was just maybe 8 or 9 passes and drive and kick. You didn't have an open shot, your teammate might, and then we threw the ball and had about 8 or 9 passes, and finally I think we were able to get fouled. So possessions like that mean a lot. It becomes contagious, and I think we're very impressed with our guys of buying into the team concept, and can become contagious. Where if you come down and with no passes and someone just shoots a bad shot, then the next guy says, "Well, I'm going to do the same thing," and that's contagious as well in a bad way. So very excited about our ball movement, our spacing, and some of the guys are really making the extra pass.
Jarrell Colbert has fouled out twice in a couple of games. Any cause for concern, or is that just sort of a coincidence, kind of an outlier that you don't expect to
The
continue?
good thing about this team, we have a lot of big guys, so the 10 fouls in 17 minutes, we may be setting the ACC record here shortly.
Efficient.
You mentioned your steals, 10, but the deflections equally as important. You've got a few of those tonight. I don't know your count, but what does that mean to you on defense? So when you see that, I remember BJ making a play in the first half, and a couple of others from other guys on that. So what does that mean to you, Andy?
Yeah, we try to get 30 deflections, try to have 9 steals or more. We've done that the last 2 games, and it's important because that means we're being active, and if we're not being active, then our steals go way down, our deflections go down, our team defense just isn't very good. So we understand, I think our players are starting to understand what they have to do to be successful.
How important do you define right now your communication on defense? Is that a work in progress, or how do you see that?
Yeah, I think we have a big upside defensively. We made a lot. The last 10 days, our team has really improved defensively, but we still have a ways to go.
Any update on how Cross is feeling?
Yeah, he hurt his back the first game, the first possession,
Right.
and he has progressed throughout the week. We expect him to try to play on Monday, but we have to have another 3 days of rest and therapy. The back is a tricky. His back injury is a little tricky sometimes, and so he's progressing.
The first couple games, let Jackson and Trey get in at the end. Is there a chance that Chance is going to see time, or what is there? What's the plan for him? I guess.
Yeah, there is a chance that Chance will play.
I know.
We our 2 freshmen. So we'll evaluate that here coming up.